What's up, everybody? Welcome to another live training. Super excited to be on with you here today. Gonna let Instagram do its thing, but today we are going to be talking about the biggest mistakes people make when they try to scale their business and automate. What's up, everybody? Welcome. Excited to be here with you all today. Just gonna let Instagram kind of tell everybody that we're on. What's up, Rebecca? My sister's on here. What's up, Serena? Hey, girl. What's up, everybody? I'm excited to be here with you today. We are going to be continuing our live trainings from the week and talking all about automating your business and scaling with funnels. Oh, everybody's just on here today. Okay, we got Garrett, we got Emily. What's up, everybody? So first I want to just give a little kind of overview of what we're going to be digging into today. And if you haven't been on live with me before, I love these lives to be super interactive. So make sure that if you have questions, you pop them in the comments because I will absolutely get to them. This is your opportunity to get some free coaching if you need it, to ask questions if you don't have anyone else to go to right now. So I really want this to be something that you guys can utilize and walk away with really great information, tactical information to implement into your business. So while everybody's coming on, what's up, you guys? Today's live, if you haven't been on with me this week, what we've been talking about is our newest business program called Funnel and Scale. A couple of you guys are already in it. I see you jumping on, which is amazing. And Funnel and Scale is for the next level online coach, consultant, service-based business owner, entrepreneur who wants to go from the 10K a month mark, really in that six-figure range, but you're struggling to get beyond that. And you are ready to get out of the hustle, get out of the crazy revenue up and down months. And you want to be able to actually scale using automation in your business, like a funnel, like a paid strategy, optimizing your organic, and really get more of a business that can grow with hands off. And that's kind of that next level step that's missing for a lot of people right now. And so we are filling that void with our program Funnel and Scale. If you have any questions about that program, if it's right for you, how you can work with myself and my team, you can definitely jump into my DMs after this training, and I will be happy to get you some more information on what would be the best step. So where are you guys at right now in your business? Let me know in the comments. Are you just starting? Earlier this week, we talked about the 3 phases of scaling. Most important are the first 2, which the first is going to be you're working on getting into that $10,000 a month mark, right? $8,000 to $10,000 a month is really the goal for any online business owner because that's what's going to get you to 6 figures a year, which is going to allow you to replace any income that you had from a job. Okay, so Shop Tribe Leather, starting with Facebook ads. Okay, so it sounds like you have a physical business, like a product-based business, like clothing. So it's a little bit different than what we specialize in, which is really the consultant and coaching space. So for coaches and consultants, when you're in that first stage of your business and you're just trying to get proof of concept, you don't want to be doing anything paid. And this is one of the biggest mistakes that I wanted to talk about today. So I'm glad that you led us into that. One of the biggest mistakes that I see people make all the time, right, is they come to me and they say, well, I'm spending money on ads. I say, okay, great. How much is your monthly revenue? Right? And they say, oh, maybe $1,000 a month. I'm like, no, you should not be spending any money on ads until you are able to get into that 6-figure mark for online coaches and consultants. It's a little bit different based on the type of business that you have. So Beauty Movement just started showing up more on social media. That's a great first step when you're in that phase 1, because the way to get in front of your ideal clients is through organic social media, right? Definitely need some strategy for that, because you're gonna need to really understand how does the algorithm work, what type of content does your ideal client want, and how can you get in front of them? Because when you're in that phase 1, the most important thing is attention. Okay, but we're not going to talk any more probably about that phase 1 section. What we really want to dig into is phase 2. And this is for someone who, you already have proved your concept. You have a product offering or a course, like a coaching offer, signature coaching offer, or you have a course and you want to blow it up, right? You're like, I want to be able to either grow this because I know that it works and you have social proof of that, or you want to be able to simply automate the lead generation so that you're not having to do anything. And what's happening is that leads are coming directly to you leads are coming directly to you really while you sleep, and they're being pre-qualified, they're being pre-nurtured. And so that is the beauty of a funnel. And today I wanted to talk about some of the biggest mistakes. And tomorrow I'm bringing on my ads manager, our ads specialist, Ashley, and we're gonna be doing a co-live tomorrow, which is really exciting. And we're gonna talk all about the biggest mistakes people make when they're spending money on ads. Because that's something really important that we don't want you guys to fall into the trap of. Okay. Nav, yeah, I think we've been chatting in the DMs, right? So Nav says, I need the lead gen system. Yes, let's go. We can chat a little bit more about that. I'm not sure, I can't remember if I already sent you a free training, but if I didn't, let me know. I've got a little training on that for you. So anyone who's hopping on right now, this is specifically for online coaches and consultants. Hang on, let me just, you know what's crazy, you guys, is like Instagram claims that they're getting rid of all these bots, but I'm just getting attacked left and right by like crazy bots all the time. It is so wild. And this happened yesterday. I'm hoping this doesn't happen again. If it does, I'll jump off and I will come on live again a little bit later. Maybe it's the time that I'm on. Can't figure it out. Okay, so back to online coaching and consulting, which is where we specialize in. Hang on, guys. I'm trying to like kick off these bots, but my screen isn't working. Okay. I don't know what's going on. All right, we'll leave it for now. All right, everybody. So today we wanted to get into the biggest mistakes people make when they start to build a funnel. So the first mistake that I see is people think that having a freebie is enough, and it's not. Okay, why do we think that is? Because if no one is in the freebie, right? And if the freebie doesn't go anywhere, let's start there. So let's say you build a freebie, which is like one of the biggest buzzwords that we hear. We hear the words evergreen, passive, freebie, lead gen, right? We hear that all the time, but they're really misused in our space. And so that's why I've been doing these lives to really correct it. Because I'll see DMs from you guys and you're like, I'm making $100 a month in my business and I want to run ads. And I'm like, that doesn't make sense, right? Or I want to build a funnel, or I have a freebie and I have a funnel, but I'm not making any money, right? Or I'm not making more than $10,000 a month. So just to be super clear, you do not need to be worried about building a funnel. You do not need to be worried about spending money on ads. You don't need to be worried about anything other than getting your organic proof, okay? Hang on, just trying to like hide this from a bunch of spammy people. Okay, so a lot of people think that having a freebie is equivalent to having a funnel, and it's not. A freebie is simply like an opt-in, right? A lot of people have that. They say free guide, click here, right? That's totally great. But what we see a lot is when people don't truly understand the whole system behind automating the back end of your business, automating your leads, right? They just build a freebie and they think that it's enough, and it's simply not. So what happens when you have a freebie? Behind that, you need a nurture sequence, right? Which is going to be segmented emails that are guiding people to help them understand more about what you do. Oh my goodness. I'm like, okay, hang on guys, sorry. I don't know what is going on with Instagram. It's just like nuts. Oh my God. This is crazy. Is anyone real on this live, or is it all bots? This is unreal. Oh my freaking God. All right. What is happening? Garrett, are you on this?
Yeah.
Are you seeing this?
Yeah, just ignore it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, so I'm real. Thank you. I love it. Oh my gosh. This has never happened to me before except for this week. I do not know why this is happening. I had a reel go like really, really viral. I don't know if any of you saw it. It has like 2.3 million views, and I think that has like, I don't know, gotten a bunch of like crazy bots on my account. I went through yesterday, I kid you not, I blocked like 200 followers that were bots. And I was just like, get out of here, I don't want you, right? Which, if you're worried about that, if you're wondering about why to do that, you don't want anyone following you who's not an ideal client. It's just like waste of your time. And it can also drive your engagement down, and then it tells the algorithm to show, your content to more people, like the people who follow you, because it's going to be, the algorithm is obviously geared towards keeping people who enjoy your content on the platform longer, so then they kind of mimic that. And so if there's a bunch of bots following you, Instagram is going to find more people similar to that to show your content to. And again, that's going to keep driving your engagement down. So it's a whole thing. It's a science, right? We're like Instagram, and it's like a whole crazy algorithmic science. Let me pull up my notes again. So when we're talking about building a freebie, it's simply not enough to just have an opt-in, right? And then people will say things like, well, I want to build an email list, right? And you really only want to focus on building an email list once you already have that proof of concept that your audience wants to pay you, right? That you have an audience, that your offer works and actually produces the result that you want it to produce. So all of those factors have to be in line, like kind of having your ducks in order, your ducks in a row, before you move out into more shiny objects, which are things that can be super distracting, right? And so the biggest mistake that we'll see is people doing things like creating freebie, creating website, trying to build a funnel, trying to turn on ads, or build a course without doing any of the foundational work. Okay, so if that's you and you're like, I need help doing the foundational work, shoot me a DM after this with the word boss, and I'll get you some information and training on that. So when you're ready, let's say you've been launching consistently, you have proof of your offering, you have a general community around you that you've built organically. That's when you want to start thinking about doing like the tier 2 things, which would be bringing people off of the app, right, into an email list. And if you're thinking, why would you want to do that? It's because we don't own this space, right? Like, as much as we think we own our profile on Instagram, we don't. And so what happens is that, Instagram can take away our audience, it can take away our content, it can hide our content at any point. And so when you start to have revenue in your business, right, and like, again, that indicator for me is typically about that $10,000 a month mark, could be more, but I see people hit an income ceiling at about $100,000 a year, and they're like, okay, I can't get past this because I'm doing so much manual work, and I'm, hustling so hard, and I'm doing all these launches, and I'm exhausted and burnt out. That's when you really want to focus on doing things like bringing in to the back end of your business a high producing funnel. Okay, so now we know when you should be focusing on something like funnel and scale so that you can build that automation in the back end, right? So it's really at that like 6-figure mark or on the 6-figure trajectory mark. And so some of the biggest mistakes, obviously the biggest mistake is doing it too early. The second biggest mistake is thinking that it's something you can trial and error. There are hundreds of variables behind the scenes of something like, for the most basic example of something like an email sequence, right? Which is just a channel that's supposed to get someone from here, the opt-in, to here, the purchase, right? So if we think about it really basically, you have 10 steps, let's say, along the way from the opt-in, which might be a freebie, right, to the purchase, which could be a course. It could also be an application to a sales call, right, to work with you potentially. There are many different call to actions. Okay, so based on